Hello, everyone, and welcome to AEW Dynamite. Dynamite is on the air tonight, and it's a Thanksgiving Eve buffet. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about Ricky Starks. We have a story about that. We're going to talk about Full Gear. We're going to talk about Dynamite. All of that, all of that Thanksgiving buffet just for you here tonight on AEW Dynamite. It's Wednesday, Thanksgiving Eve 2024, and it's time to party. It's time to get in this ring and get the fallout from Full Gear here in Chicago, Illinois. It's Dynamite, and it's always presented by, and it's always powered by our good friends, our great friends at the Hardcore Sports. Right, and welcome back to Dynamite, but I'm not your lonely shipping. Ooh, no, 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 no. This lovely lady is coming to us from Wisconsin tonight. She's the host of the Queens of the Ring. And remember, you must
Acknowledge me!
Please tell us, please tell me one of the one and the only soul of all right.
Oh, that will never not be funny. Roman throwing a temper tantrum. That will always be funny.
Sarah, welcome to Dynamite.
Thank you, Earl. How are you doing today?
I am doing well, thank you, Sarah. How are you today? Happy Thanksgiving to you and your lovely family.
Thank you. You too. I'm tired. It's a day off of work, but just getting stuff ready for Thanksgiving tomorrow. It's like I almost would have rather have been at work. It's a lot of
Yeah,
work. It's a lot of work.
yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is a
Cleaning
lot
and
of
then
work.
cooking, trying to prep as much as you can ahead of time. So all you have to do is just, pop stuff in the oven to cook. But oh my god, all the prep work sucks.
Yeah, I know. I know, Sarah. I mean, I've been cooking the Thanksgiving dinner for my family now for almost 31 years. And I'm going to tell you something, it's a lot. You are correct. It is a lot. But once it gets done, Sarah, once it gets done, and that traditional smell is all over the house. You just want to just
Oh
sit
yeah,
back and just relish in your accomplishment. Yeah.
absolutely. Like I love the smell of sage. Sage in the
Oh,
stuffing. I love that smell. To me, that smell definitely smells like Thanksgiving. Is when I smell the sage when when you're making stuffing. If you put sage in it, because
right.
the warmth, the heat from the stuffing itself heats up the sage, and I think it just gets more and more aromatic as it starts to cook a little bit. But oh, it smells so good. Oh my gosh,
So,
look who it is.
Riley, how's it going tonight, Riley? How's it going? How's it going?
Hey, Riley.
So,
Thanks for
well,
joining us. It's
Riley,
so nice to see you, friend.
yeah, that's Riley. Thank you so much for your time and energy. Remember, everyone, please make sure that you smash that like button. Give it a tsunami, a curve stomp, whatever you gotta do. Just make sure you hit that like button. Oh yes. Oh yes. Um
Sorry, Riley. He says we're making him hungry. Oh, I
oh
know.
my
I
goodness.
look
Oh,
forward to Thanksgiving. I look forward to
I
Thanksgiving,
was
all the good, yummy food.
yeah, and and another thing too is, I just want to just say this before we begin. Tonight, as we are getting closer and closer to AEW Dynamite, you know something, folks. This Thanksgiving, this what was this Riley?
No,
Riley said, "I'm so
no,
joking."
you're only
Oh,
joking, Riley.
we know you really don't, Riley. You know something, folks. This Thanksgiving, I am very blessed. I am very blessed and very thankful because here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm thankful for all of my blessings that I've gotten this year. This has been a year in wrestling, a year making friendships, a year being healthy to do these shows, and it's been a year of a lot of incredible moments. And the thing is that I'm very blessed with all of that. Riley, yes, and yeah, and I'm just yeah, it's not been good. Yeah,
Yeah, the WWE
yeah.
storylines have been a lot better. Even like I always say, even on a bad night of SmackDown, it's still better than what we've been seeing lately with Dynamite. They've really been stinking up the place.
Yeah, and that is because, Riley, of the poor attendance. It's because of the poor storylines, and it's because of Tony Khan's lack of careness. And then that's what
I almost
that
wonder
that's
sometimes because he's Tony Khan is booking the shows. It's like a part of me wonders if it's just like he wants to be in control, like he's a control freak, kind of like how Vince McMahon was. So like Vince McMahon would have he would employ a bunch of writers, but if he didn't like something, he would just switch it and do whatever it is that he wanted to do anyway. So it's like at that point, it's like what is the point of having anybody writing the show if you're just going to do what you want anyway?
right. Yeah, I agree with you, Sarah. I agree. And you know something? I'm glad that you brought that up because here's the thing with Tony Khan, and I think I agree with Sarah with this control freak thing. Um, GCW put out a statement on their Instagram, I believe it was, and they said that they were informed that Ricky Starks has been pulled from all upcoming GCW shows, including the Hammerstein Ballroom show that they were supposed to have, and everything else. So, um, Ricky Starks is not allowed to be with GCW, and he's not allowed to perform while he's under the AEW umbrella, which
What?
is yeah.
Because I know other people in AEW have done shows with them before. Is that like a blanket statement for everybody, or was it only for Ricky Starks?
I think it was just for Ricky Starks, Sarah.
Well, what the heck?
AEW is putting their foot down, and they do not want Ricky Starks performing with GCW. Um, and
That's Tony Khan being petty.
yep, and that's that's their statement.
I
And
mean,
this
you
is
realize we haven't seen Ricky Starks in AEW on television since March. We're coming up on a
right.
year. He's
Yeah.
not injured. There's nothing wrong with
No.
him. Just
No.
he hasn't like declined anything creatively. It's just they don't want to put him. And I really honestly wonder because Ricky Starks, as well as Jamie Hayter, you got FTR, and there was one other person. They were all friends with CM Punk.
Right.
And they've all said how they enjoyed working with him. He taught them a lot. And it's like, to me, that's just too much of a coincidence that all these people that are friends or really enjoyed working with CM Punk, now all of a sudden they're getting, part of my language, now all of a sudden they're getting shit on in creative
Right.
and not. I mean, look what they've done to Jamie Hayter. Like, I don't understand what they are doing with her. Like, really?
I have
She
no
was at one
idea.
point the women's world champion there in the AEW. And now she looks like Daphne from Scooby Doo and is having nothing matches. It's like, what are you doing?
I don't know.
So
I
I do.
don't know,
I think
sir.
it's TK just. I think it's Tony Khan just being petty, Earl. That's honestly what I think it is. He's just being petty.
Yeah, yeah, I believe so, sir, because this is not good. This is sad. I mean, um, Riley says, uh-huh. Yeah, I agree.
I know. I hate the
Yeah,
way. See, and that goes to that too with the women's division. Like they have been booking the women's division just horribly.
hey, Robert.
Hey,
Make
Robert Brown.
Robert, how's it going? Make sure everybody can smash that like button. Thank you so much.
Yep, Raleigh says it's because Tony Khan pulled him from GCW. Oh, he said because a GCW wrestler and the boss took shots at Tony Khan. Effie, he's called. He wasn't very nice about Tony Khan and his dad. So Tony Khan said, "That's it. You're not. Sorry, I'm trying to go. That's it. You're not working in GCW anymore." Well, then why is he letting everybody, all other AEW wrestlers, do it? It's not
Right.
like Ricky Starks is the one that said it. So why is Ricky Starks being punished for something that he didn't participate in and it wasn't his fault? See, that's what I mean. It makes
Right.
zero sense.
Right.
Like AEW is not going to be around anymore if this is the kind of crap they're going to keep doing and the way they're going to operate. AEW, we won't have AEW anymore. We won't.
No. No.
Or it'll. I mean, it already is a shell of its former self.
Exactly. Dynamite is on the air, ladies and gentlemen, and we're showing you what happened at Full Gear. Me and Sarah are going to talk about Full Gear during the commercial. I'm going to get her. I want to get her take on it. Um, it was.
You want to talk about Full Gear? Are you sure you want me to talk about Full Gear?
Well, 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 your opinion matters to me, Sarah, and it matters to me a whole lot. And yeah, this there were moments of the pay per view that I thought were a shining beacon of hope. A little bit. It was a
Oh
vast
yeah.
improvement.
I
It was a
thought
little.
the one match that I thought was obviously the best, and I'm not saying it because he's one of my favorites, but the Will Ospreay Kyle Fletcher match. I thought that match was the best match of the night. That match was wonderful. They both did a great job. Now, do I necessarily think they needed to do a pile driver on the steel stairs? Absolutely not.
No,
I do not think that
no,
that was necessary. But I'm very excited for the Continental Classic to be back. I really, really hope that they can recapture the excitement of the what we got to see last year. I really hope
right,
that like the television we've been seeing lately is not going to like too badly affect the Continental Classic negatively. That's
right.
something I'm a little scared about, but
Well, we have the Blue League. They're showing you who's in the Blue League and the score. Now, um,
Bobby Lashley looks like he's dressed to go to a funeral.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, Shelton Benjamin.
Here comes Shelton Benjamin,
I'm so glad they put him in here. I
the
was
Hurt
so
Syndicate.
happy. And you gotta say, for somebody that is like what Shelton Benjamin's like 49 or 50 years old, he is
Right.
still wonderful at his age. He's awesome.
Now, Mark Briscoe is going to take on Shelton Benjamin here in the Continental Classic, to kick off the Classic. Gemar Games, how's it going? Long time no see. Long time no see.
Oh, I think there is a reason for the Continental Classic tournament, Robert. They need to get that title off of Okada. Period. Okada
Right.
he barely wrestles as it is, but then you're gonna have a title on somebody like that. That's insane to me. They should have gotten he should have dropped that title shortly after. He shouldn't have even won it. Let's be perfectly honest. But he's not elevating it. He's not. It's not like he's taking it around the world and defending it in other wrestling promotions. It's like an accessory at this point, and that's not all right. That's not okay.
And I agree with that assessment. All right, MVP is talking in the middle of the ring now with the Hurt Syndicate. Um, Michael Jordan and Walter Payton. And the crowd is chanting MVP. It's about the Syndicate.
Well, then why are you only offering it to African Americans? You should be offering it to everybody. If you really felt that way, MVP, you should be offering your business card to every single man, woman, and child backstage.
Right, exactly. I agree.
You know what I mean? It shouldn't be
Yeah.
just for
It's,
one race or another. Did you see? Oh my gosh, really quick. Did you watch the media scrum afterwards?
no, I did not watch that.
So
So,
there was a reporter, I believe her name was Kate or Katie, and she was from Fightful, and she was totally trying to race bait Bobby Lashley, MVP, and Shelton Benjamin when they were sitting at the podium table thing with Tony Khan, and Bobby Lashley shut that shit down hard. It was a question about
oh my God.
black. It was a question about black champions, and Bobby Lashley's like, why do you have to use the word black? It doesn't matter if they're Asian, if they're black, if they're white, if they're Hispanic. He goes, it's just champion. You shouldn't have to put the color of somebody's skin in front of the word champion. That's not necessary. Like, he shut that down. He shut it down.
I'm glad that he did. You know, she
Yeah,
must have been friends with. She must have been friends with Big Swole. Because if you all didn't know about the
yeah,
story,
ridiculous.
I mean, if you all didn't hear the story about Big Swole, she accused Tony Khan of being a racist, and she says AEW was not diverse enough.
Really?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I
Uh,
swear, there are people in this world that's like it's like they're not happy unless they're complaining about something or angry about something.
exactly, exactly. Um, well, championship titles, says MVP. We're about power. Oh, business, merchants of misery, merchants of pain,
And
Continental Classic. Remember to stay in the tournament, you gotta have enough points. You got to have enough points to stay in the tournament. A zero, if you keep getting zeros across the board, you're not going to last long in this tournament. Points are very
Sorry.
important.
Sorry, Mark Briscoe. I like you, but I think Shelton Benjamin might be winning your match tonight.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
saying.
So Shelton Benjamin is getting a vote of confidence from MVP and Bobby Lashley. And Mark Briscoe is on his way out here, and we're gonna. Jeffrey, how are you doing? Happy Thanksgiving
Hey,
Eve to
Jeffrey.
you too. How you doing tonight? Yeah, yeah. I hope you. Yes, yes. And Paul Turner is in the ring, and we're getting ready for this. By the way, everyone, somebody was asking me what I'm cooking for Thanksgiving. I'm making a pork roast. I'm making a delicious pork
Ooh,
roast. A
that sounds
delicious pork
yummy.
roast. Yes, a delicious pork roast, seasoned with olive oil and other seasonings. Yes.
Oh, that sounds
Um,
delicious.
yes. Uh,
Oh,
and
and
here,
I'm glad to see that they're doing like they did last year, where other people can't be at ringside. You
oh
know,
yes,
so there's no like
yes,
interference. Because I was like, I was gonna say, I'm like, shoot, I hope Shelton Benjamin, if he wins, I hope it's clean that they don't have interference somewhere. But that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad they
yes.
can't. Yep, everyone is banned from ringside. Thank God. No funny
Um,
business.
exactly. I'd say okay. So here are the rules of this Continental Classic. There's 20-minute time limit. There's 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, and everyone is banned from ringside. All right. So all the factions have been barred from ringside, which means they cannot interfere in the match. Which means we're going to get clean finishes, which will make my heart grow fonder.
I'm really glad that they
Oh,
do that.
yes. All right, so we're underway, and this should be an interesting one. I believe this is the first time Shelton Benjamin has taken on Mark Briscoe. Mark and him shaking hands. That's interesting. No, Shelton don't believe in that. And what? Uh-oh. Waist lock. He
Oof.
got him against the ropes, and they got a clean break. Jeffrey said it's about time Tony Khan did something right. Yes. Mm.
Yeah.
And
Oh my God.
and Mark Briscoe
Can't
now.
believe
Oh, what
that.
a kick in the. Yeah. Yeah.
I was
What was
gonna
that,
say, I
sir?
still
I'm
can't believe.
sorry.
I still can't believe that whole Ricky Starks thing. Like that's really.
Yes.
It's just really bothering me.
Yeah, it's petty. And Mark Briscoe with a nasty backdrop. Mm. Um, as I said before, everyone, please make sure that you hit that like button and happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at the Hardcore Sports. We hope that you have a safe and healthy Thanksgiving holiday, and thank you so much for watching AEW Dynamite. Mm. Good. Oh, Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe with a boot to the face, and Shelton Benjamin is on the floor. Mark Briscoe goes through the second rope, and he drop kicks Shelton Benjamin on the arena floor.
Oh. Oh. Jeez.
And what a right hand by Mark Briscoe.
Oh.
And what's this? What's this? What's he getting a running start? No. Belly to belly suplex. Oh, belly to belly suplex on the arena floor. And now Mark Briscoe gets tossed, no, and he gets thrown into the barricade. And he gets tossed, and Paul Turner is counting. And what's this? What's this? What's this? Oh, what a shot. And now Shelton Benjamin is in the ring. Mark Briscoe is crawling on the arena floor. And
Ooh.
he's struggling to get up, and the referee is still counting. And now Shelton Benjamin is on the floor. Oh yes, don't forget Collision will be seen earlier this Saturday at 4 p.m. Collision will be seen at 4 p.m. this Saturday. And what is this now? Uh-oh, here comes a plunger. He gave him a plunger.
Plunger?
A plunger. How, how do you like your
Yeah,
plunger, Sarah?
I agree, Jeffrey.
Yes.
Medium well. Same way I like my steak. Medium well.
All right. Thank you very much. Yes. I like it fried, dyed, and laid to the side. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, what a superplex. What a superplex. It's how goes Mark Briscoe. Oh, boy.
Ay,
We're going to picture, Sarah. Picture and picture.
Oh, Mitch's favorite, other than Orange
Orange Cassidy's bestie. uh, at least the ref is not. It's counting Aubrey Edwards. Yeah, well.
She'd just be sitting there like, what am I supposed to do now? Oh, dang, that's right. I guess I'm supposed to count since, they're not in the ring.
Right. Jeffrey says Jeffrey says, oh, I'm on a roll tonight, Jeffrey. Thank you so much. Oh, Shelton Benjamin now is sitting on the edge of the ring apron. And he's looking at Mark Briscoe, and now Shelton Benjamin is rolled out on the arena floor. And what is this? Oh, what a slap in the chest! Oh, and he's just with those nasty forearms, Mark Briscoe against Shelton Benjamin. And what is this? What oh. Over the barricade went Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe went over the barricade. And yeah, he went over the barricade. And over the barricade he did.
Oh boy.
And now, if you all didn't hear the announcement, while we were doing Full Gear this Sunday, Dynamite will be simulcast now on Max. It will be on Max beginning in January. Oh, what is? Yes.
They didn't say anything. They didn't say anything about Collision or
No.
But at least you can watch it live. And I just saw a commercial pop up, guys. If you guys don't have HBO, well, I know they call it Max. I still call it HBO Max. If you don't have HBO Max, you should get it because they're doing a special where it's only $2.99 a month for 6 months. But the commercial said that deal ends on Monday. So if you don't have HBO Max yet, now would be a really good time to get it.
Yep. Thank you, Sarah, for that. Thank you so much.
Mine, I think I pay I think it's like $11 or something like that is what I pay a month. So you're saving quite a bit. At least for the first 6 months, you'll save quite a bit. So
yeah, exactly. And then you can get all kind of movies on there as well. Not only just Dynamite.
They have excellent stuff on there.
Yeah. So yeah, go get that deal, guys. And thank you, Sarah, for that information.
Yeah. Hopefully down the road we'll hear them coming out with the pay-per-views on Max, and maybe Collision will be there on Max at the same time as it's on actual cable. That would be really nice. So because then I would just get rid. The only reason why I have cable is so that I can watch wrestling. Otherwise, I would just be streaming. I would just use streaming services because I'm I got the only reason why I have Peacock is for the WWE premium live events. It's the only reason why I have Peacock. So once their stuff isn't on Peacock anymore, I'm going to get rid of it. There's no value to me. There's no point in me having it.
Right, exactly.
So,
and the thing is, you're saving yourself money too. You're saving yourself money because some of these streaming services, they're very expensive. they can really
Very
squeeze your wallet.
expensive.
They can
Yes.
really squeeze your wallet. They really can squeeze your wallet because they go up every month.
Well, and I think
And oh,
a lot of like shows and movies, like they're a lot of times now when they come out with brand new movies and stuff, they're not sometimes they're not even released in the theaters. They're only on streaming on Max or streaming on
right,
Stars or Peacock or
right.
whatever. So that's why people haven't really been going into the theater even once COVID was kind of the worst of it
Oh,
was over. People still aren't
right.
going to the movie theaters like they used to because a lot of the movies are also streamed as well as in the theater. And if I can sit at home in my pajamas and watch a movie, I would much rather do that than have to get all dressed up and like, make sure my hair and makeup are done. And, I would rather just be
Right.
sitting at home, being able to be comfortable.
Exactly. Well, you know something. Most of my streaming apps that I have on my tablet, which I
Oh, see, there you
use
go.
now. See, I have some of them, and they came with a package deal. So I have some of them. Like I have Netflix, I have TBS, I have TNT, I have all those things on my tablet because I had a deal. And
Yeah.
I don't think I would have these if I didn't have the deal. So
Yeah.
it's good for me. It's good for me because I can sit in the comfort of my living room or my bedroom, wherever I am, and I can still broadcast wrestling and I can still watch it with everyone else.
Well, that's what I
So
do
it's still
when I watch Raw and SmackDown. Is even if because I always record it just in the event I'm doing something else, working late or whatever. I can start from the beginning and watch the show, and I'm usually watching it on my phone, laying in bed, like with pillows propped up. I'm all snuggled up under the blankets and stuff, and I can just sit and watch it. I just lay in bed and watch it on my phone, and I'm perfectly fine with that. You
yeah,
know,
and
I have
and and
no problem with
hopefully,
it.
and you know something, sir. Hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers, and hopefully that Max will get a hold of Tony Khan and shake him and put the pay-per-views on Max so that this way
That would
you
be
can
so
watch it. You
cool.
can watch it without worrying about paying for it every month. Um,
Oh, I
uh,
know. I
you
mean,
know,
it's $50. It's $50 every time. It's so, I mean, for somebody who's on a very, very tight budget, I mean, $50, that's quite a bit of groceries for me.
right,
So,
right.
I mean, I just it's like,
Well,
okay, do I take it out of the grocery my monthly grocery budget? Do I take it out of the car payment or do I watch a pay-per-view?
right,
Like, it's kind
right.
of no choice there. It's like so
Oh,
and plus, the stuff's on Sunday nights, and with how long their pay per views go, it's just such a drag.
um,
The next
well,
morning on Monday, having to get up Monday. I mean, I'm sure it is for you too, calling the matches and
yes.
stuff like that. And it's like, people can't always afford to take the Monday after a pay per view off either because they're up so late watching it.
Yeah, well, the last time that was on Sunday was a Wrestle Dream, and I lost money because I had to take the night. I had to take the day off because my voice was so weak from calling the matches. I
Oh
I couldn't talk. Yeah, I
no.
couldn't talk on the phone, so
Even imagine. I cannot even imagine. Well, actually, I can imagine. I had to drive down to Chicago. This was back in the middle of September. I had to drive because I live in southeastern Wisconsin. So I had to drive into downtown Chicago to attend a career fair for work. I was representing my company at a career fair to talk to people about our open positions and about our
right.
benefits and all that kind of stuff. And when I got down there, I ran into somebody in the parking garage. He needed some assistance. So I was talking to him. So basically 10:30 in the morning, I was talking from 10:30 in the morning until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm like, I can't,
Wow.
like my throat was on fire. Finally, I was like, guy, I had a line of people and I'm like, I have to take a bathroom break. You guys let me go pee really quick and I'll be
Right.
right back. And I'm like trying to soothe my throat with like water and tea. And it just, so I can't imagine what it's like for you when you're calling a match and, just having to keep your energy up. Like
Right.
it's exhausting.
Yeah, I mean, and these PLEs, these AEW pay-per-views, they last like 4 hours and 45 minutes, and
Wasn't there one that we did a while back where it was like 6 hours? It was you and me and
yeah,
Mac.
yeah,
And it was like
yeah,
it was
yeah,
like after midnight. It was after midnight. And
yes,
I'm like, I can't
yeah,
do this. Like, I just
yeah,
can't all the time. I mean, luckily I thought enough ahead. I thought ahead enough to take the following day off. But I'm like, I can't constantly be taking Mondays off every
right,
time there's a pay-per-view. That's one of the Mondays and Fridays are the two busiest days of the week. So
right,
I can't, and plus when I have a new employee starting work, I have to do their orientation and all of that. So when they start work,
right,
they're starting on a Monday. And I don't want to
right,
constantly be pushing my job duties off on one of my colleagues. So I'm like, I can't be constantly taking off one Monday a month just to be
right.
able to do a pay-per-view that's on a Sunday. But yeah, I mean the price is like crazy. It's it's really tough, especially now, like the price of everything. I mean, there are some people that can't afford to buy groceries, like all enough
Yeah,
groceries, you know.
and like I said before, and I'll say it again, they have to make things affordable next year for people. They have to make them affordable because
Yes.
you really have to do the math, ladies and gentlemen, when you've watched these PLEs and you watched it. I'm going to tell you all something, and a lot of people don't know this. Not this year, last year. I spent $585 on pay-per-views alone last year.
See,
That's
and
a
that was
that's a
shocking for a
lot.
second, but it's like you think about it, and that would be very easy to do. That's 11 pay-per-views.
That's a lot. I couldn't
$50 a pop,
believe
it's 11
I
pay-per-views.
couldn't be, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe the math. My brother was
That's
adding up my
insane.
math. He said, "Earl, do you know how much you have spent on these shows?" And I'm like, I sat back and my eyes almost came out of my head. I says, "You got to be kidding! I spend that kind of money." And most of
A
them weren't
lot of
good.
money.
Yeah, yeah. And most of them weren't good. They weren't worth the money.
Oh my god. Yeah, like with Wrestle Dream, I was like, oh my god. I felt cheated. I felt cheated. I felt ripped off. I was like, this
Um,
is the kind of garbage you're putting out? What the hell?
but Shelton Benjamin has won his match, and he got 3 points on it. So Shelton Benjamin will move on in the Continental Classic tournament.
And
Um,
then is it if they lose the match, they don't win any points, or do they get 1 point if they lose? I can't remember.
uh, I I
Oh
think
god.
I think it goes to either one or zero.
Yeah, I can't remember if they get
I
nothing if
don't
they
remember.
lose or what, but oh my god, she's wearing those ridiculous glasses again. Man, I cannot wait for the day Camille whoops her butt.
Exactly.
Seriously, can't wait.
And here comes the CEO. Here comes the CEO of AEW. Yeah, Statlander took the CEO to her limit, but in the end, the knee injury was just too much. And then she bit her on the knee. Did Mercedes did? She did everything she could to keep her title, and the crowd is
Yeah.
booing the snot out of her.
2 titles that she shouldn't even have.
Right.
I think it's just her being in AEW is just a huge fail. You know, the whole point, I remember I think it was her first promo, or maybe it was her second one, where she's like, oh, I'm going to lead this women's division into the new age, and it's going to be different, and it's going to be so much better. And it's like, I'm sorry, if anything, their women's division has gotten exponentially worse. She has not made a bit of difference. Not even a little bit of difference.
No. And she's one of the best.
Huh?
She said that she's the greatest TBS champion of all time.
No, she's not. I'm sorry. You're far, far from it.
Now the match she had at Full Gear was not bad. That wasn't a bad match. It wasn't bad. It was good for what it was. What I want to see.
Oh,
Wait
Camille
a minute.
just quit. Good for her. Sweet.
Camille.
Good for her.
Camille is telling her off. Are you stupid or are you dumb, says Camille. You fire me? I quit.
Good for her.
All right. Camille walks out on Mercedes, and she deserves it.
Yeah, the Rizzler. Who the fuck calls their kid the Rizzler? I'm sorry. That's just weird.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tony should.
You know what I heard?
Tony. Yes.
Sorry, y'all. I'm stuffing my face with a French fry. You know what I heard? That Big Boom AJ guy, he broke his foot in the middle of the match, and he still kept going to finish the match. He broke his foot.
I didn't hear that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he broke his foot. It was one of the moves he did. He ended up breaking his foot. I have to say,
holy cow.
As much crap as I was giving this match, this was a fun match.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
It was a fun match.
Yeah.
It was a fun match, and I heard rumors that Tony Khan said that they're gonna have that guy do another do more, matches down the road. I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Right.
Oh God, here we go. Hi guys. Hi. Barf. What the fuck is he wearing? Oh my God.
I have no idea. All right, so here comes the learning tree, Sarah. Here comes the learning tree. Chris Jericho. And here comes the learning tree along. What? No, this is an interesting hat Chris Jericho is wearing. And here comes Big Bill and the Bad Apple.
I understand what is on. Oh my God! Did you see what's on the back of his jacket?
Wait, I didn't. No, I need to look at it.
Hi guys.
Oh my God.
Seriously, that's what's on the back of his jacket. I'm like, what? Oh my gosh. No kidding. How is the Rizzler more over than the champion?
That's an interesting question.
They got the loudest pop of the night when the AJ guy and his son came out. They got the loudest pop of the night, even louder than the wrestlers. I'm like, and the other thing you keep, we've been talking about this for at least a year now, Earl. I know you've been preaching it for a very long time about promoting these pay-per-views, promoting these shows. Why was this Big Boom AJ guy and his son? Why was Tony Khan having those two guys be the only ones that were doing PR for this pay-per-view?
Right, exactly.
Any wrestlers out there doing it except the Costco guy and his son. That doesn't make any sense to me.
No, it doesn't. No, no. You're right.
You know, I don't
Yeah.
understand. How can you do that? And then you want to act all ticked off and like shocked Pikachu face that your pay-per-views, like, you can't fill up a stadium for your pay-per-views, or you're having to move to smaller venues, which they should have done a long time ago. So it's good they're finally doing it, but please make it make sense, because this isn't making sense.
Well, there is a rumor, Sarah. There is a rumor that the event in Australia is not selling well at all, and they will have to move it.
Yeah,
Um,
because didn't they
it's
book it in like a really big stadium on the Gold
yes, they did,
Coast, I think?
and yeah, yeah,
Oh
Suncoast Stadium in
no.
Australia. It's becoming a big failure for Tony Khan. He's not selling it. It's just not. The
Oh
tickets are not moving.
no. Well, I
It's not
wonder if
moving.
maybe it's because maybe AEW is not as well known in Australia as WWE is. Maybe that's why
I
it's just
don't.
maybe it's just not as well known. And I don't know. I mean, and you got to think of it too. Like, I'm sure that the people in the UK and stuff, like, they know of AEW because independent wrestling is very big in over in the United Kingdom, in England and Scotland. Like, they've got a lot of independent wrestling promotions,
Right,
and when you think of it, you've got all these countries all squished together, but then Australia is just its own island, country. Maybe,
right.
and a lot of it is very rural, where you've got, countryside and mountains and stuff. Like, they might not, wrestling period might not be watched a whole lot because they can't get the word out with the independent wrestling, to bring attention to professional wrestling. I mean,
But you
that's the
know,
only thing I can think of.
here's another thing. While this match is going on with Ishii and Jericho, here's another thing. Here's another thing that I keep preaching, and I'm going to go back and springboard off of what you just said, Sarah. You have to know how to do promotion right. Tony Khan, Tony Khan needs to put ads on the Australian TV market and say, we're doing this big thing next February. We want you to come out and support. That's what you need to do. Why do you
It
think the
should have already been
WWE is,
done.
yeah. Why do you
I mean,
think
you
the
gotta.
WWE is so successful? I'm sorry, sir.
Well, I
Go ahead.
mean, no, 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 it's okay. When you think about it, February, unfortunately, February is not that far away. It's only 3 months away. So they announced this. They announced this months ago. They should have been, like you say, saturate. They should have been saturating the market out
Mhm.
there in Australia. And Jeffrey, to answer your question, Tony Storm is Australian. So I wonder if
Right.
maybe part of why she is absent, right, not wrestling right now, is because she is trying to be, maybe she's over in Australia promoting. I don't know if that is the case, but maybe that's why Tony Storm is not wrestling right now. She's trying to help, be over in Australia and help promote this pay-per-view. But still, like, they should have been pounding the pavement for months already to get the
That's what
word
I'm
out about this
saying.
show.
That's what I'm saying. But if you don't do it, that no one's gonna
Nope.
know. No one's gonna
No,
know.
they're gonna be like, AEW. What the hell is a AEW? Like, they won't even know what
Right.
you're talking about.
Not
They're not gonna
exactly.
know. I mean, if they're
How do
real, true
you?
professional wrestling fans, they might know who Kenny Omega is. They might know the
Right.
bigger names like Kenny Omega from his time in New Japan. They might recognize Chris Jericho. They'll recognize his name. They might recognize the
Oh,
Young Bucks because they wrestled in New Japan. But they're not going to know who a lot of these wrestlers are. They
oh,
might know some of the WWE people like Shelton Benjamin, Bobby Lashley, MVP, um, Edge, or Adam Copeland. They might not know
oh.
him if they don't know that's Edge's real name. So,
Right.
Christian, so they might know
But
some of
it.
the more well-known people, but
Right.
they're not going to be familiar with the product.
Exactly. And the by the way, the referee in this contest is Aubrey Edwards. Um,
God. Why am I not
but
surprised?
but
Oh,
let me
that's okay. Yeah, Jeffrey's like, oh yeah, I forgot she's Australian.
right.
Let's see. Jeffrey said I have to go back to
Oh,
his comment about the last pay-per-view.
mm. Oh, Jericho just smacked Tomohiro Ishii.
He said, because you
Sure.
were talking about how much you spent last year on pay-per-views, he goes, it wasn't good at all. Good at all. TK was milking you, Earl.
We're on the picture
I
in
agree.
picture.
I agree, Jeffrey. I think that Mercedes versus Chris Statlander was a good match, but it was because of Chris Statlander. It wasn't because of
Right.
Mercedes. That match was good because of Chris Statlander and her
Yeah,
selling and her
right.
physicality and her elevating. I mean, Mercedes did that stupid knee move like a dozen times. It's like, do you not know any other move? Like,
You
get
know, you
real.
yeah. I am big on wrestling and wrestlers' repertoire. If you don't have enough in your repertoire, you don't have me. You just don't.
Brock Lesnar.
I'm not. Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Carrying Cross.
yeah, yeah, that.
To
How
just
many
name
times
two
did I
people.
preach? Right. How many times did I ever preach about repertoire on my show?
Yes.
How many times? How many times have I preached that on
When
the
I
experience?
when I was doing Raw, the Raw watch along and the wrestling experience, and even on Dynamite and Collision, like when I was doing all those shows with you, so like 5, sometimes six times a week,
Yeah.
it was almost every single episode you were talking about it. Ronda Rousey is
Yeah.
another one.
Oh
She's
yes.
another one.
Yes.
It's like, well,
Yes.
you can do an arm bar. Yay.
Right. Right. How many times?
You know?
How many times did I preach about repertoire? And if you don't have enough in your repertoire, I've said this many times. Sarah knows. So she
It's
just
almost
gave
like
you
you would
some
talk. You
receipts.
would almost. It's almost like you talk about until you're blue in the face.
Yes, 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 yes.
But it's
Sarah is my
true.
receipt. Sarah is my receipt. She knows. She knows.
I'm the proof. I'm the proof.
Like the kids say in the streets, they got receipts. Well, that's my receipt right there. My Hall of Fame Sarah. That's my
Got
receipt.
receipts. Got receipts.
I talked about wrestlers repertoire. I told you all about that. I don't
Oh yeah.
like when you. I don't like when someone is vanilla in their repertoire. Do something else to impress me. Do something else in the ring instead of the same repertoire.
Well, I think another. Oh, Chris Jericho's bleeding from his mouth. That doesn't look good.
Oh, that don't
Ooh.
look good for Jericho. And Tomohiro Ishii is just smacking the taste out of Jericho's mouth as we come back from picture in picture. We're back from picture in picture, and Tomohiro Ishii Jericho is a mess. And then now the last time these two were in the ring, everyone, he got his pec blown out like a blown tire. It was,
Chris Jericho and his deflated bike tires for pec muscles.
right. And Tomohiro Ishii is on. And so, oh my God. Anyhow,
Oh,
oh, you like that, Jeffrey? You really like that? And down goes Ishii. Down he goes. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh yeah, yeah.
It looks like a
and
deflated bicycle tire.
right, and now Ishii now is just prone to those blows. And oh, what
Ooh.
a forearm shot to Jericho. Ishii whips to the rope. Oh, Jericho, big boot to the face. Ishii with a left hand glancing blow. And
Oh,
Jericho's in the corner. Jericho's in the corner, and they're smacking at each other. It's a smack fest here on Dynamite. And what is this stuff? And don't forget, everyone, please smash that like button. And what is this stuff? Oh, Ishii, Ishii now. Ishii, oh, both men just know he missed, and German suplex. Down goes Ishii. Don't forget, don't, that's it. That is it. Oh, and Ishii stood up. Ishii from behind, and he clubbed Jericho in the back of the head. Now Ishii collapsed in the middle of the ring, and we will just start from scratch. Thank you for watching AEW Dynamite. My name is Earl, and that is All of Fame Sarah, and we're in the middle of Chris Jericho taking on Tomohiro Ishii here on the Thanksgiving Eve traditions of Dynamite and Jericho. Oh, and what is this now? What is this now? Ishii down. Ishii. Oh, fireman's carried. Down goes Ishii. And Jericho's lion sawed. And now he covers Ishii. One, two, no. Ishii kicks out at two. What was that, Jeffrey? Imagine getting beaten by a no neck Ishii or a blown tire Jericho. Okay. 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 All right.
oh, that was funny.
Jericho now at the wall. And down goes one. No, Ishii kicks out at two. Ishii kicks out at two, and we roll on. Don't forget, we will be coming to you with the AEW's final pay-per-view
Ooh.
offering of the year called World's End. And that will be on Saturday night, December the 28th. And down goes Jericho now. One, two, no.
Oof.
Jericho kicks out at two. Jericho kicks out at two, and we roll on.
At least she's got a bloody nose. Jericho's bleeding from the
Yeah,
mouth. Both these guys are a mess.
yeah. And a code breaker by Ishii. Ishii turned it around and gave him a code breaker too. The Judas effect is a bad move. Why isn't it in his arsenal? I don't know.
Right?
No. And Jericho kicks out. Ishii is bleeding from the nose. I think he might have a busted nose.
Yep.
And
And Jericho's bleeding in his mouth, and
right. Mm. Aubrey Edwards is wearing black gloves. Oh, what an insigiri in the back of the head. And what is this? Oh, what a back elbow by Jericho. Down goes Ishii. Down he goes. Where he stopped, nobody knows. And what's this now? Jericho, oh, it's the Judas effect. One, two, three. Jericho retains.
once again, why is a Ring of Honor title being defended on Dynamite?
Don't have no idea.
It's ridiculous.
But Jericho's your winner and retainment here on Dynamite. Jeffrey says Aubrey's counting while laying down is hilarious to me. Like she's modeling for a picture. Okay. Um, Full blown tire still has a left. Okay.
He still has life left.
Oh my
Uh-oh.
God. And Jericho is your winner here on Dynamite. And Big Bill. Jericho's still your Ring of Honor champion. Renee Paquette is standing by backstage, and who does she got? Swerve Strickland. You got it was me and Sarah are going to discuss that as soon as this goes on. The match was it was really well. He really didn't have much offense. Swerve did,
Yeah.
and here comes the
Sorry, Max Caster, you are not anywhere near the best wrestler alive.
what's funny is you Swerve. Is that the same building that I beat you in as in tag team titles? You used to be a house of fire. Oh, oh, Swerve is beating up on
You
Max
shouldn't open your
Caster.
mouth.
Nope.
Shouldn't open your big fat mouth, Max Caster. Now you paid the
Max
price.
Caster. Oh,
I was very disappointed with that tag team match that was on Full
um,
Gear. I was real disappointed with it.
oh, the Fatal Four Way.
Yeah, I was very disappointed with it. It went by
Wow.
really fast, and I agree. Jeffrey put a comment earlier about the pace of the pay-per-view. It's like it went from match to video package and then to the next match and then a video package in the next match and then a video package in the next match. It was just they didn't give anybody, especially the audience, time to really like absorb or revel in what, on the match that they just watched,
Right.
before you're moving on to the next one. It's like, well, you know what? Maybe if you didn't have 13 freaking matches and then 4 matches in the pre-show, you wouldn't have to move at that pace.
Right.
And the pay-per-view is still 5 or 6 hours. It's ridiculous.
Exactly. So while we're in commercial, by the way, everyone, we're in commercial mode, and we'll be back with more of Dynamite in just a moment. My name is Uncle. That is Alpha Sarah, and we'll be back with more of Dynamite in just a moment. But let's talk about this for a second, Sarah. What did you make of the Beast Mortis and the Commander and Dante Martin match in the pre-show?
I thought, yeah, because I thought that, yeah, it was Commander Dante Martin, Beast Mortos, and then Buddy Matthews. So
Right,
I thought Buddy Matthews looked phenomenal in that match. I thought he looked great. Um,
right,
I would have liked to have seen more interaction between the 4 guys together rather than Beast Mortos and Buddy Murphy trying to get the other 2 smaller guys out of the way so then they could try to have a go at each other. It would have been nice
right.
to see more interaction between all 4 of the guys rather than just 2-on-2.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that assessment. But the match was fine for what it
Yeah,
was.
I thought it was
Yeah,
all right.
I didn't have an issue with it. I thought the QT Marshall match. I thought it was cute. I thought it was all right. I'm sorry
It
that
was
that
fun.
big
It was a fun match.
yeah, and AJ broke his foot during the match, as Sarah pointed out.
I know. It's
Uh,
crazy.
that's crazy. What did you think of Anna Jay taking on Deanna Perrazzo?
I I thought Anna Jay looked really good, but Deanna Prazo's another one. She hasn't done anything since getting an AEW. She hasn't helped elevate the division. She hasn't won any titles or anything. Like, what are you guys doing with her?
Right.
Very, very disappointing. Very disappointing.
Yeah, I agree with that. And here was one segment of the show that we didn't need to see. The champagne celebration. That was not
Oh yeah,
necessary.
it was stupid. We all know Mariah May's a piece of crap, so of course she was gonna turn on Mina, and Mina's not having it. She's like, no, look what you did to Tony Storm, the way you treated her. Again, Mariah May might be a pretty face, but she's nothing special in the ring. She is not elevating that title. She's not making it more relevant. She's not doing anything with the title. Like I said, at this point, it seems more like an accessory than anything.
Right. And Jeffrey says another flop in the signing department. Yeah, I agree.
Yep, yep.
And Hangman is coming down to the ring for his interview with Tony Schiavone. While that is going, what did you think of Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher?
Like I said, I thought that was really the only match that I thought was really good.
Yes.
But again, it's just and another thing that I really noticed in that match, and then like I said, watching that match, I noticed it, but it made me think back on previous pay-per-views and things like that, and it's been very noticeable for a while. But I don't understand what is with AEW and having people kick out of other people's finishers. What's the point of even having a
Right.
finisher if everybody's just going to kick out of the damn thing all the time? It's not, you know
Right.
what I mean? It's not impactful at all.
Exactly. I
So,
agree with your assessments. Um, I thought the match was hard hitting. I thought the match was physical.
oh yeah, very
Um,
much so, very much so.
I agree with you, Sarah, with your assessment. I thought it was highly entertaining and highly done. Um, I again, Kyle Fletcher wins the match, and
Sorry, Hangman, but no.
Hangman.
It should have never been sworn. It shouldn't have been Bryant's. It shouldn't have been Mox's. And it damn sure won't be Christian's because that championship is and always has been mine.
Been
Yeah,
AEW
no.
World Champion.
Sorry.
So now he's going to challenge Moxley at World's End. This is what we're going to get. Hangman wants a
Delusional.
piece. Okay, well, sheesh.
Hangman's
Um,
delusional.
if you want to challenge Moxley for that title, you better get ready for some whirling dervish action because he is unpredictable, unhinged, and he's just like you, crazy. Yeah, Jeffrey, why is he yelling? I have no idea.
Because I had a question for you.
He's
And
not
here
going to
comes
win
Jay.
against. He's not going to win against Moxley when Moxley's got four other people on the outside of the ring that are undoubtedly going to interfere and pull
Right,
shenanigans and pull BS so that Moxley still has
right,
the title, which is the
right.
result of his match with Orange Cassidy at Full Gear. I
Mm,
knew that was going to happen, and I'm like, yeah, this is not good at all. Like,
no,
I had no reaction to that match. I would have given that match a D.
right. And now Jay White is interrupting Hangman and he's talking to him. Mm. What happened with your match with Jay White? You lost. You lost both of those matches. I'm gonna beat the Hangman again.
Switchblade, I will happily give you that right here tonight in Chicago. We can do
Oh, there he goes.
It'll be the Switchblade. All right, so
Nope.
Hangman. So now Hangman and Switchblade wants
Yep.
an AEW title match shot. Are we
What
looking
did
at
I
a
tell
triple
you?
threat?
No,
Are we
just
looking at
watch.
no?
Just watch what happens.
Okay.
See?
Uh oh. Oh no. Oh no. Pac just from behind. Pac from behind. And now, oh no, oh, he clipped the knee. Oh
See, so
no.
why
Ri-
so why can she hit people with that stupid ass briefcase? Get her the F out of the ring. This shit is ridiculous.
I
They
know.
can't
And now,
defend themselves
Jay,
against her.
Jay White now. And look out. Oh, what a snap suplex. And what's this?
Good, do
Oh,
it, do it, do it,
and
do it.
Hangman, look out, look out. Oh, Marina Shafir just hit a Hangman upside the head with the briefcase. And now she's going to do it to Jay White. Oh no. What is she doing? What's she doing? Oh, she got
Why
the
is she
briefcase.
allowed to do
Oh,
this
what
crap?
is this? No, she missed. And what is this? He's gonna do it to her. And look out! No, no. And she's And now from behind, John Moxley. Oh, Marina Shafir is destroying. And look at this now. And look at this. Marina Shafir, and she's just choking him out. Marina Shafir is choking Jay White out.
And why
Oh,
isn't Christopher Daniels making his presence known, like stopping this shit?
I don't know. I don't know. And now all of them are stepping on him. All of them are stepping on him. All of them are taking turns beating the crap out of him. And what's this? What's this? What's this? And Pac says, bring him up. Oh no, this ain't gonna be pretty. He's gonna bang him. Oh no. Jay White now. Oh, right in the face with the briefcase. After Marina Shafir destroyed him, now he got hit in the
Yep,
face with the
I
briefcase.
agree with that guy. All these people in the crowd, they're all booing the shit out of them. I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole storyline is ridiculous. It's terrible.
Oh, well, they just, the Death Riders are gone. Came out of the audience, wiped the floor with the both of them, and left the arena. And Ricochet is supposed to meet Claudio Castagnoli, and that is next here on Dynamite. Wow. Ricochet and Claudio Castagnoli are in the Gold League. So they're going to take on each other here in the Continental Classic. And we'll see what happens here. All right, we're getting a
Really?
commercial.
So now we have a commercial of them driving in the desert in a freaking
Right,
pickup truck for World's End.
right. Yes.
Sorry, that's not making me want to buy that pay per view. So sorry.
Right. No, no subliminal message
I
here. Sorry.
I agree. I agree, Jeffrey. Why doesn't TK do something like? It's just that whole. It's so stupid. There's no explanation for it. It's just, oh, we're gonna be heels now. Deal with it.
Exactly. So Claudio Castagnoli will be in the ring by himself. The faction cannot interfere in this match. The Death Riders cannot interfere in this match whatsoever. So Claudio's on his own. He's in the ring, and he's going to take on
Yep.
Ricochet. And here comes Ricochet. Here comes Ricochet.
That's another person. Like they just. I don't know. Like I don't think they've really been handling Ricochet the best since he came to AEW. I mean, he was in AEW for what, 4 or 5 weeks, and they already blew their load on the match with Will Ospreay for the for that international title. Like it's just crazy.
Yeah. While Ricochet's in the ring, so what did you make of his match with Takeshita?
I thought it was awful. I was very disappointed. That's another match. I was really. I mean, and they didn't even. So you couldn't even announce that match on Dynamite. You had to announce it
Right.
on social media the day of.
Right.
Really? No build for the match, no story behind it, nothing. That alone
Um,
kind of made me feel a certain way about the match, but like their I mean, and they're both like, and maybe I think maybe they were just their chemistry was off or something because they're both individually, they're both very, very good. Takesha's
right.
excellent. Ricochet is awesome. But I was just like, what the hell is this crap? Like, what are we
No.
watching? It's like Tony Khan
Right.
just wanted to come up with an excuse to have both Takeshita and Ricochet on the pay-per-view. And I'm sorry, that is not going to fly anymore. People are getting sick and tired of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just like what did we say last week? Stick to the wall and see what sticks with gum.
Yeah, it's like
Uh,
you're taking
you-
spaghetti and throwing it at the wall.
right. Right.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. And it's just, yeah, it's just absurd. It's like they think it's like Tony Khan he thinks we're stupid.
Right.
Because
And Ricochet.
people are getting sick of it. That's why ticket sales are down, I'm sure, along with the price of their tickets. That's why attendance
Same thing.
at any of the live shows is down. That's why per view buys are down because people are sick of the garbage.
Right. I was very shocked at the match. I did not know that the match was added until they said something on the air, and
Yeah,
I was just I
yeah, they
was just
announced it
like,
on Twitter.
what?
They announced it on Twitter.
Oh, jeez.
Yep, they
um,
posted about it
I,
on Twitter on I think it was Saturday morning.
I was just thrown back by it because I didn't see that on the match list, and
Mm-mm.
I was just I was not expecting that, but okay. Um, yeah, I agree with Sarah. The match was all right for what it was, but it really put a
Oh,
clamp on everything.
here you go. What Jeffrey said. Here we go. He goes, I know why it was awful. Sarah, it was the same match as Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, yeah, agreed. And Ricochet is on the floor and he looks like he's hurt. And Claudio Castagnoli whips Ricochet right into the barricade. Went Ricochet. Oh, what a nasty uppercut by Claudio Castagnoli to Ricochet on the arena floor. And I oh. Claudio now is picking up Ricochet and he tosses him back in the ring.
Claudio's a big guy, too.
Or was the yes?
Yep.
What's this? Oh,
You're
what was
absolutely
that
right.
song? Sorry.
I agree with Jeffrey. He goes, why put it on the same card? We could have had it tonight. You're absolutely right. Because
No,
you've
I
got
agree.
a person who's very aggressive and very, strong against a
Oh,
high flyer. It was the exact same match.
right. And Ricochet now springboard. Oh, what a spill! Right on the gut. Right on the gut. And what's this? Oh, what a nasty uppercut. Now the uppercut in the corner, and down goes Ricochet. We're going to picture in picture, Sarah. Picture in picture.
Mitch's favorite thing.
Don't forget, everyone, as soon as Dynamite is over, me and Sarah are going to give you our letter grade. So while we are in the. Okay, what did you think of the Bobby Lashley Swerve Strickland match? So,
It was like a squash match. Like that's another one I wasn't very
right,
happy with because
right,
I'm sorry, but you're gonna have his first Bobby Lashley. I said this as soon as they announced his first real big match was going to be on a pay per view. I said they are not going to have Bobby Lashley lose his first match on a pay per view. They're just not. It doesn't
no,
matter who he's going against. So I knew that Bobby Lashley was going to win, even though it was against Swerve. It was like Swerve got no offense, and you know, I was not happy with that match. I was like, this is ridiculous. You give us what 3 weeks of somewhat of a story behind it.
right.
At least there was something behind it, some kind of a story behind it. So I guess I really can't complain too much about that aspect. But still, it's like, really? We're not dumb. Yeah, and
Right.
I didn't like how they attacked Prince Nana afterwards either. It's like you don't need to be doing that crap.
Oh yeah, that was not necessary. That was
No,
completely unnecessary.
no.
Right.
But I think it's only a matter of time before we start to see a pattern where it's Swerve and Nana getting beat down, beat down, beat down before they finally have enough, and then Swerve finally wins against him or um, Shelton Benjamin.
Right.
But it seems like this ignited a fire in Swerve to be in a feud now with Bobby Lashley and them. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens. But I was
Yeah,
not very
I
happy with that match.
no, I thought it was one sided. I don't know what you said, but I found it to be one sided because he really didn't have much of
Yes.
an offense. Mm.
Yep. I
There was
agree.
really there was no offense to speak of in the
Yep.
match. It was really just a domination of Swerve Strickland. Um, what did you think of Jay White and Hangman and Page? So
I mean, it was okay, but I mean, it's another match. That was the fifth time we've seen them have a match. It's like, can we move on from this already?
right,
It's like, what are you going to have
right,
them wrestle 10 matches?
right.
Yeah, I was just not very happy with the pay per view as a whole.
No. Um. Yeah. This match should have had a stipulation to it. And, and I and I would agree with that assessment.
Yeah.
Uh, the match should have had a stipulation. I mean, like someone said, 5 different times they wrestled each other. I mean that, and Claudio now, oh what a tilt-a-world backbreaker on Ricochet, and he whips it over Claudio now with a nasty boot to the face. 1, 2, no, Ricochet kicks out at 2. And the referee for this contest is Rick Knox. Rick Knox is your referee. All right, we try. What did you think of the TNT Championship match, though? Daniel Garcia took on Jack Perry. Mm,
I mean, I was wondering how Jungle Jackass got out of being tied to a chair in an
mm.
empty warehouse. I mean, and it was time. I mean, he did not elevate the TNT title at all. Not at
Right,
all. He should have never gotten that title to begin with. So
exactly.
it was about time that they took that title off of him. But I was just kind of like, eh. I guess like you say it was all okay for what it was, but I was not very impressed with
Right.
that match either. Just this whole pay per view,
No.
just it felt very rushed, and it's like all the it just except for the Osprey match and Kyle Fletcher match,
Right.
like everything else like fell flat for me.
Yeah, and another thing too is that I didn't like. I didn't like the way they rushed the ending, and they had to get him out of the ring to get to the next match. Daniel Garcia, they didn't give him a chance to like revel in the
Yeah, they didn't give him a chance
celebration.
to celebrate.
No, No,
It was like, all
it
right,
was just.
move it. Okay, let's move it along. We got more people that got to come down to the ring.
Oh, it's just. Now, you didn't care. Now, let me ask you a question, sir. The Fatal Four Way. Um, I, I mean,
Fatal four way.
yeah, for the AEW Tag Team Championship match. It
You
was
knew Private Party just won the titles. They're not going to drop them anytime soon. I
exactly
thought having a four way match like this was pointless.
right,
I mean, the thing that was most interesting about it was Max Caster whipping the microphone at Anthony Bowens.
right. You know what was weird? You know what was weird in that match? Anthony Bowens. Oh, I think it was Max Caster. He laid down in the on the ring, and he wanted Andy Bowens to pin him. I thought that was weird. I thought that was weird in the
Well,
match.
yeah,
The match,
because you can't be disqualified. So he was trying to cheat, like how it was a callback to what DX did back in the day. It's what Billy Gunn and Road Dogg did back in the day to win the tag titles during the Attitude Era. They did the same thing. I think it
right,
was Road Dogg pinned um, Badass Billy Gunn to win the tag titles.
right. I thought that was strange.
It was just, yeah, it was dumb.
Um, but the match was all right for what it was. The match was all right for what it was. Would I want to see it again? No,
No, I
no.
wasn't enthused with it.
Jeffrey said New Day did it too. Uh, one,
Yeah,
two. No, Ricochet kicks out at two.
yeah, not very impressed with that match whatsoever.
No.
I think that was the
Um,
first match.
yeah. Two, no. Claudio Castagnoli kicks out at two. Double axe handle, and now Claudio throws Ricochet onto the arena floor. All right, we're up to the main event of Full Gear. That was Orange Cassidy taking on John Moxley. The match was woolly wild. But here's the thing. There was things in this match that just didn't make any sense.
Yep.
Um, I mean, they threw some stuff in the match, all the kitchen sink and everything. Some of the stuff, the ending just didn't make any sense.
No. It was so stupid. And then you've got I mean, I knew Orange Cassidy wasn't going to win the match. Okay, let's be
Right,
perfectly honest.
right,
But then at the end, when all these other people start coming out, you got Christian come out, and Hangman comes out, and
right,
then Jay White comes out, and it's like, what the hell for? What is the point
right,
of this?
right,
What
right,
is the
right,
point?
right.
It's just ridiculous.
And then what Darby Allen did, um,
I thought that was hilarious.
right, when he crashed the car,
Heck
he
yeah,
crashed
hey
the car.
man, he wanted to play bumper cars.
Oh, Claudio Castagnoli is your winner here on Dynamite over Ricochet. So he gets 3 points. He gets 3 points, Claudio Castagnoli, and Ricochet gets zero. Okay.
Okay, so if they lose, they don't get anything. Okay,
Right, right. They get
couldn't
zero.
remember.
Right. So Claudio Castagnoli went and he's get a. Okay, so this happened last Saturday with Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay. I just and he gave him the Kyle Fletcher wins over Ospreay after tombstone him on the steel steps.
Yeah, which is weird. And then Osprey kicks out of it. It's like, why? There's no
Right.
way.
Because we proved what I've been saying all along that Kyle Fletcher is bigger, stronger, faster, smarter, better looking than Will.
Kyle Fletcher and And of course, Don Callis are backstage with Renee Paquette. Thank you all for watching AEW Dynamite, the Thanksgiving Eve tradition. My name is Orko. That is Hall of Fame Sarah. And want to wish you all a very happy and healthy Thanksgiving. And please make sure that you smash that like button. Hit that like button, stuff it like it was a turkey. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Uh, yeah. This
And that was,
Saturday.
and
Well,
honestly, that was probably the worst MJF match I ever saw with him
oh
and
yes,
Roderick Strong. I'm like, what the
oh yes,
hell?
yes. I forgot to talk about that. I forgot to talk about that. Yeah. What did you? And here comes Adam Cole, Sarah. Adam Cole is on his way out here, and he's about to address the AEW universe. Um, Adam Cole now is walking down to the purpose. Yeah, sir. What did you didn't like the match with Roderick Strong and MJF?
What was the point? The story is with Adam Cole and MJF, not Roderick Strong and Adam Cole. Roderick
Right,
Strong should have never been in that match to begin with. He shouldn't.
right,
And then you got Kyle O'Reilly coming down and pushing
right,
Adam Cole out of the way. Like, what the hell is that? Like,
right. And nothing was explained.
no. There was no rhyme or reason to it at all whatsoever. Like I said, the creative in AEW is horrendous.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah. All right, we're going for the boom, and here comes the Kingdom, along with Adam Cole.
Max, if you were half the man that you claim to be, then
All
you
right,
would have been
Adam Cole's about
you're
to.
not, because you're a little bitch.
All right, he called MJF a bitch. Okay.
I swear to God, hell, I swear on my own mother, when I get my hands on you, I will
Wow.
beat you within an inch of your pathetic life.
Okay, so all right.
Oh, here comes Kyle O'Reilly. Here we go
Here,
again.
here we go. Here comes Kyle O'Reilly.
Adam, with all due respect, man, you fought Max and it didn't work out.
And here comes Kyle. Now, let me ask you all something here. What does Kyle O'Reilly have to do with all of this? What's his purpose here?
Max, but you got the guts
Who
to show
knows?
up next up. Please listen to me.
All right, so Kyle O'Reilly's in the ring and he's got a microphone.
Okay? I don't want my friends to fight my battles. I need to be more in this situation. Man,
Let me now he wants to fight Max. So Kyle O'Reilly wants a piece of Max.
What, now we're going to get Adam Cole against Kyle O'Reilly?
guys, in regards to you both wanting to fight me, I've thought about it long and hard for the past 20 seconds. I might say no. Actually, my mind is kind of really focused on something far more important. You see, next week is the
Roddy, Roderick Strong, he's doing it for.
as far as me dealing with you guys,
Oh, and MJF is on the video wall.
is goodbye. Let me play you out.
Right. I'm gonna say no.
They have expressing no interest in facing Kyle O'Reilly or Adam Cole one-on-one. Why would he? Well, then let me be the first to officially enter that damn battle royal.
Okay, so Adam Cole says he's going to enter the battle royal. Um,
Really, a battle royal for what?
I have no idea. Um, MJF
I don't.
again doing a satellite promo. Yeah, well,
Yeah, because he's off shooting a movie, and it's like, well, then why even have him doing? Like, that's another thing that's I think really hurting AEW and Dynamite in particular is the fact that MJF is not there. Like, he's not doing in-person promos. He's not doing matches. He's not doing anything. He's off shooting movies, and it's like, well, then what's the point of even having him appear if he's not going to physically be there? I guess it's better than
right,
not having him there at all, but at the same time, like he loses his effectiveness.
right. I mean, I don't know I have no idea what's going on here. I am so lost with this AEW stuff. I can't make heads or tails of it. I cannot sit here and say that with a definitive face that I know what's going on here because I don't. Um,
We don't know, but we don't know what's going on with a lot of stuff. It's like there's no rhyme or reason, there's no explanation. The whole Moxley story thing with that group, whatever they call themselves now, I'm just like, again, there's no rhyme or reason, no explanation. I'm getting really sick of seeing them come down, constantly running interfering in people's matches. And it doesn't even have to be a member of their group having a match. They just go down and start whooping on people. Like they were not
right,
involved with the whole Hangman and Jay White back and forth. Like there was no reason for any of them to come down. And the fact that you constantly have Marina Shafir be able to hit on the guys and stuff, but the guys can't do it back to her. I'm sorry, that's bullshit. That is bullshit.
right, right.
You know,
Um,
if you can hit the guys should be able to hit you back.
yeah, well, I agree with that. I agree with
You
that.
know, you
So,
use a weapon against a guy, guys should be able to use a weapon back against you.
mm, yeah,
Jeffrey Willow's been out with a concussion. So I don't know
right,
if her kind of running down and appearing at Full Gear was just like a one-off thing, but she's been out with a severe concussion. That's why we haven't seen Willow. So I don't know if how long she's going to continue to be out or when she's going to start making more of an appearance on
right.
Dynamite and stuff, but that is why she's been gone because she had a really bad concussion.
Yeah,
So,
so that's the reason.
yep.
That's the reason, Jeffrey. Yeah, yeah, that's why Willow Nightingale's not available. We're in commercial mode, and we'll be back with more of Dynamite in a nanosecond. My name is Oak. That is all of me, Sarah, and we just went over Full Gear. And thank you so much for your analytics, Sarah. You are absolutely great at what
You're
you
welcome.
do.
I have to
Yeah,
say,
yeah,
I think overall, I'd probably give it like a C minus. The overall pay
yeah,
per view.
yeah. And we got one more to do. We got one more pay per view to go. And that will be World's End. Saturday night, December the 28th. Saturday night, December the 28th. Don't forget, Hangman Adam Page will take on Will Yuta on Collision this Saturday at 4 p.m. Remember, that's a 4 p.m. start for Collision.
Let me guess, you're gonna have what's her face interfere again with stuff Jamie Hayter's doing. Julia Hart.
Right,
She's constantly interrupting all of Jamie Hayter's promos and stuff. It's like, tell me
exactly.
that Julia Hart's gonna have her first match back against Jamie Hayter without telling me she's gonna have her
Right,
first match back with Jamie Hayter. And then once again, Jamie Hayter's gonna get treated like shit because they're not gonna let Julia Hart lose her first match back after being out with an injury.
exactly.
It's so predictable, it's ridiculous.
And here comes Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter is on her way down, and yeah, she's Sarah says she's dressed up like the character of Scooby Doo.
Yeah, Daphne from Scooby Doo. She does with her red hair and the 1960s clothes or 1970s clothes. It's like she should either be in Austin Powers or Scooby Doo. It's like, really, guys? It's just weird.
Yeah, it's odd. Um,
So anyway, comes to strength, perhaps coming out of her match. But
um,
experience. Jamie Hayter is a former AEW Women's Champion, a world ahead. Yeah, Jamie Hayter leads us in phenom and out of inexperience in big match experience. Specifically, you know that Hayter would relish an opportunity to compete at the Tokyo Dome coming up on January 5th. And fans, as we mentioned, hang on Adam Page, we will do a one-on-one for Collision this Saturday. Special afternoon start time, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, and Collision will be immediately followed by Rampage this Saturday on TNT.
see, don't forget TNT Dynamite. I mean, Collision will be seen at 4 p.m. Uh,
Come Saturday, Tony. Good Lord. Yeah, absolutely. And he needs to wrestle with.
don't forget this Saturday night we're going to have the Survivor Series. It is the Survivor Series, and this will happen on Saturday night at 6 p.m. It'll be me, it'll be Sarah, it'll be Denise, and Orange Cassidy's bestie. Mitch Austin will be in the building. We're all gonna have a Survivor Series. This Saturday, it's War Games.
Oh my god, I'm so happy that Paul Heyman came back. Oh my god. And Punk. It's going to be awesome.
Right. Let me
Like, I
ask you
was
something,
excited
Sarah.
before, but I'm even more excited for it now.
Sarah, let me ask you a question. Which match on the show do you like the best, and which match do you think is the least of the matches you're not looking forward to?
Um, well, the men's war games, I think I'm looking forward to the most. The one I guess looking forward to the least. It's like it's just they're predictable. I don't think LA Knight, or I do think LA Knight's going to win against Shinsuke Nakamura. That one's probably the least I'm looking forward to the least because like what story is there behind it? So Shinsuke is popped up behind LA Knight two separate times when he's in the ring and giving him a Kinshasa. Okay. And you
Right,
know that
where's the build?
Gunther's not dropping that title. Um, what's the other? What are the other matches that are on? You got men's war games, women's war games, Gunther and Priest, LA Knight,
Um,
and Nakamura. I think there's
and
I
then we
think there's
have
6 matches total.
and then we have the triple threat. The triple threat for the Intercontinental Championship. It
Oh
is
yeah,
Braun
yeah. I
Breaker.
forgot about that one.
Braun Breaker will take on Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser.
Yeah, that one
Uh,
kind of thrown together just on Raw. So I mean, at the Go Home show on Raw, they announced that.
right,
So I mean, I would love for Sheamus to win it. I don't think Kaiser should win it at all. Like I said, he hasn't done enough to earn a title. Sorry. And you're
right,
not going to change my mind on that. Um,
right,
I really would like for Sheamus to win it so he can be, he can finally win that title and become a triple crown champion. But I do think Braun Breaker is I mean, he just won the title back from Jey Uso. So yeah, I agree, Jeffrey. Sheamus should win it, but I don't think he's going to. I think they're going to hold off on it a little bit more simply because of the fact that Braun Breaker just won that title back from Jey Uso not that long ago. So what? You're going to
right.
bebopping back and making the Intercontinental title bebop back and forth between a bunch of people, like that's not you definitely would devalue the title by doing it. So I don't think it's going to change hands yet. I think sometime before WrestleMania, but I don't think it's going to go past WrestleMania. So if Braun Breaker doesn't drop that title on the road to WrestleMania, I think we would see a match at WrestleMania where Sheamus would win the title. But I don't think if they're going to do it, if they're going to pull the trigger on it for Sheamus, it's going to have to happen by or at WrestleMania. And if they do it after, if it doesn't happen at WrestleMania, then I don't think they're going to ever pull the trigger on it then. Because this has been going on for over a year.
Right.
You know, Sheamus chasing the Intercontinental title. It started at WrestleMania last year. It's been almost 2 years that Sheamus has been chasing the Intercontinental title. So
I agree with your assessment, Sarah. I think Sheamus. I think they will pull the trigger at WrestleMania. I think Sheamus is going to have that WrestleMania moment he's looking for.
I would like
Because
for it
like
to
I
happen before. Honestly, I want it to happen before, but I think
right.
if they really want to make it a really, really, really big deal. But then again, it's like you got to think about it too. Are they really going to want Braun Breaker's first time in at WrestleMania to be losing the title?
Right,
You
right.
know,
That's another
so
thing. That's
that's the other thing you got to think about too. So I'm hoping they put the title on him before WrestleMania.
right. Um, yeah, I agree with Sarah with that. I agree. Maybe it will happen at the Elimination Chamber. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
What? I wouldn't mind that at all. I wouldn't mind that at all. He wins it in front of the big Toronto crowd.
Yeah.
Um, I, like I said, I wouldn't mind it at all. And Jamie Hayter now, forearm strikes to Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter now with a back elbow. And look out. Oh, down goes one, two, one, two, no. Look out. Oh, snap suplex by Almanada. And the crowd likes it. Finally, the crowd claps at a move from the ladies. And now she smacks her in the chest. And Almanada now is getting a running start. What is this? What is this? Oh, big boot to the face, and Hater goes right through the last ropes, right on the arena floor. And it is just a testament of what's going on. Oh no, and with the little women's matches and how the crowd is not reciprocal to them. And what's this? Oh, look out! Oh, he missed. And well, no, I'm another nose. God, hater. Oh, she said hater right to the canvas and face first. I'm thinking of this as Becky or Jamie. Okay. And I'm a nun now is on the top rope. And what is this? Oh, is she gonna fly? No, no, she missed. And what's this? A hater now? Oh, what a backbreaker! She gave her a backbreaker. Hater now's got on another. What is this? And no. Oh, she rolls her up. One, two, no. Hater takes out at two. Oh, Hater with a shot in the gut. And look at Oklahoma roll. One, two, no. Amanada gets it. And look out, she rolled one, two, no. And she get her, and now she's choking around. Is she gonna tap? Is she gonna tap? And she's choking. And she won them. 1, 2, no. Jamie Hayter kicks out at 2. Oh, what a big boot. 1, 2, no. Oh, another kicks out at 2. What's this? Oh, what a clothesline. 1, 2, 3. Jamie Hayter's your winner.
On Collision, he will be Lone Nightingale at Serena Deep live December 7th from Galaxy Con in Columbus, Ohio on Collision to determine who will face Jamie Hayter at Winter is Coming. Wait a second, Bill.
Oh, here we go. Another Julia Hart promo. Or she's coming back finally. Whoop-de-doo.
We see Julia Hart recently interrupting Jamie Hayter, and Jamie's looking around here. She needs to look everywhere. Look at that spotlight, that lone spotlight. Maybe some mind games here from Julia Hart towards Jamie Hayter, but earlier today, where Nate McKenna sat down with Mina Shirakawa.
Nina, whole year was chaos. And years of friendship just gone in an instant when Mariah May swung that.
And now Renee Paquette is talking to Mina. Tyler, how's it going tonight? Smash that like button, Tyler. Smash that like button, everyone. Smash it. Thank you so much.
I knew that they would come.
Tyler says salute to everyone. Thank you, Tyler. And I hope you have a good Thanksgiving, everyone in the chat.
Do that too.
Thank you so much.
I knew she could do that to me too. I never wanted this to happen.
Julia is stalking Jamie. Yeah.
But she's not.
But why? Like, what did Jamie Hayter do to Julia Hart? Like I said,
Right.
what, they're just gonna feed Jamie Hayter to Julia Hart? Like, that is crazy to me. They've totally fumbled Jamie Hayter's return.
Yes, they did.
Totally fumbled it, big time. Oh, here we go.
More me. Oh. And Jamie Hayter just attacked Mina Shirakawa during the interview.
You mean Mariah?
Mariah, excuse me. My bad. Excuse me. Mariah just attacked Mina Shirakawa. Okay. So we're looking at a winner is coming. AEW Women's Championship match 2 weeks away in Kansas City, Missouri. Mina Shirakawa will take on Mariah May for the Women's Championship. Okay. Daniel Garcia last Saturday.
Hopefully they sent Jungle Jackass back to Japan. You can stay there.
Tyler says maybe I'm going to the first AEW event in Arizona in February. The tickets are $171.
Oh my God, Brody King.
And Darby Allin in the Continental Classic.
Sorry, Darby. You're dead.
Or
I could say like how R-Truth said it to Miz a couple weeks ago on Raw. Good luck against Wyatt. You're gonna die. that was so funny. Good luck against the Wyatts. You're gonna die.
I love it.
Oh, it was so funny. R-Truth is.
I love it.
R-Truth is the bomb. I love R-Truth. He is a national treasure.
He certainly is. So we'll be back with more of Dynamite and the main event in just a moment.
Good luck against
Bro-
Brody. You're gonna die.
All right, everyone. All right. It's hard. It's hard to believe, Sarah. It's hard to believe that we're almost to the end of 2024 in the wrestling calendar.
We're almost to the end
Um,
of November already, like the end of the year. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's hard to believe that we're gonna close 2024. Hard to believe. It's been a year. It's been a year. It has been a year.
it's gone by really fast.
Yes, it has. Yes, it
But I feel like I
has.
say that. I feel like I say that every year, though. Like, oh my gosh, the year's gone by so fast. I feel like I say that all the time. But it did. It flew by. You don't realize it when we're just living. We're just doing our normal everyday thing, whether it's working or doing stuff online, hanging out with friends and family. Like, it just, you're just living your life, doing your thing, and the time goes by very quickly.
Right, exactly. Um, and something this year in wrestling, we've had a lot of stuff that we were privileged and witness to witness. We got the first women's intercontinental championship revealed. We got the United States championship revealed. We got WrestleMania 40 that I attended this year. Um, we we got all these international PLEs that were really good. The crowd really was great, and all of these PLEs that we saw over international waters. I mean, it's just been a whirlwind of a year when it comes to wrestling. And here comes Brody King.
Speaking of Eric Bischoff is going to be on NXT next week.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
That's cool. Wow. Takes me back. Takes me back to the
Exactly.
early or mid 2000s or whatever when he was in WWE as a GM. He was
Exactly.
evil. He was so evil. Oh my god, I hated him with a passion. Oh my
Oh yeah,
god, did I
I'm sure.
hate
You are
Bischoff.
not the only one. You are not the only one, so.
I couldn't stand I could not stand that man. But that's
uh,
that's how you know he was doing his job very, very well. Is
yes,
because
go away, heat.
he was hated.
Right.
So who do I think
Yeah.
attacked Jade? I don't know. There's a bunch of different possibilities. So everybody's, saying that the most obvious person is Bailey, but that's why I think Bailey might not have done it because that's the most obvious choice. So I'm thinking Bianca because all it did during the match, I said this last night on Queens of the Ring. So all they did during that match Bianca was in is the camera came up on the big screen and it just showed Jade laying on the car. It didn't show her being attacked. So Bianca could have attacked her and made it seem like somebody else did because she's jealous of Jade and how strong she is or whatever reason.
Right. Right.
It could have been Naomi to get Jade out of the way because she's jealous. It could have been Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez trying to weaken the babyface team for the women's war game match.
Right.
It could have, again, it could have been Bailey, but I tend to think that because that is the most obvious choice, they're not going to do that. So
Right. I'm not sure who did it.
I don't know. I mean, it's a mystery. I'm thinking we're gonna get some more clues on SmackDown on Friday. Before perhaps the Survivor Series on Saturday, but I don't think we're gonna get like a clear cut answer, like a for sure solid
Right.
answer of who did it on Friday. I just think we're probably gonna get maybe some more clues on Friday. Hey Bruce, how you doing?
Hey, Bruce, how's it going? How's it
I hope
going,
you
Bruce?
I hope you had a great day too, Mr. Bruce, and I hope you're getting ready for Thanksgiving and all that good stuff.
Yes. You got your pies ready, Sarah?
No, not yet. I'll be doing that
Oh,
probably tomorrow. So Jeffrey says
okay.
I'm going with Naomi, even though she's crashing out on Twitter. That's funny.
Right.
She's I've been seeing some of her stuff, like she's been denying it. Naomi's been denying it. So I don't know. A lot of people are saying too on social media, oh,
Oh,
it can't be a baby face because Jade's a baby face. I'm like, again, they're not gonna I don't think they're gonna go with somebody that's a heel because that is the obvious answer.
right. Um, I agree with your assessment.
That's just me though.
Uh,
But it may very like I said, it may very well could be Bailey, but I'm not too sure. I'm not convinced of that yet. So
oh, yeah, I'm not sure. Um, Bruce says, Sarah, I'm going to visit my brother oh, okay. And we'll bring some food. We'll have a good, well,
oh,
thank
that's
you,
awful
John.
nice, Bruce.
That's nice, Bruce. That's really nice.
That's nice. You're gonna go spend it with your brother, and I'm sure he's gonna be very, very happy to see you. Please know that we're rooting for him. It's not an easy thing what he's doing. It's so, so, so difficult. So it's not an easy thing what he's doing. So we're rooting for him and he's gonna get better. But I'm sure it's gonna mean an awful lot to him to have you come to things and spend some time on Thanksgiving with him. He'll like that a lot.
Yeah. And we wish him the good health. We wish him some
Absolutely.
good, we wish him the
Absolutely.
best of good health. Um, Picture in picture. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in picture in
Oh
picture.
my
We are
god.
watching Darby. Darby Allen is being destroyed by Brody King right now. It's not looking good for Mr. Darby. Uh,
Oh, Bruce. Oh my gosh.
oh,
I can't even imagine having to do oh my god, I can't even imagine having to relearn how to walk, and relearn because you're retraining your brain how to do those basic motor skills.
right.
Oh my goodness, it's not gonna be an easy road. He's got a hard road
No.
ahead of him, but he's in the right place. If he's in an inpatient like physical therapy place, inpatient physical rehab place, like he's in good hands. And the good thing with being in a place like that is he's got medical people around him all the time.
Right.
If he needs assistance or he has like another, medical emerge, I'm not sure what the situation is, but at least he's got medical personnel around him. So if something does happen, he's got people there. So that's the good
Yeah.
thing. Oh my
Yeah. That's
gosh,
it. And
Bruce.
that
Definitely praying for your brother for sure. I'll keep him in my
yeah.
prayers.
Yeah, Bruce. I'll have your brother in my prayers and my thoughts. Bruce, and I really hope that he gets well. Like Sarah said, it's not going to be easy. But as long as you follow the doctor specifically, and they tell you exactly what to do, um, he'll be up and walking again. It's just, it's going to be a tough road, but with your support and the prayers of everyone around him, he'll get through this. And that's the truth. Um, and we're in picture mode, and Darby Allen is banged up, all banged up after he was in that car accident in the in full gear when he crashed his car in the
Like I said,
faction there.
he wanted to play bumper cars on
Oh
Saturday night.
well, exactly.
Oh, you're so welcome, Bruce. You're so welcome. Like I said, we're family here. You know, we're friends here. We stick together, and like I said, it's not an easy thing. You know, you've got to have not just physical strength to do what he's doing, but you got to have the mental. You got to have that mental strength too. Because that
Right.
stuff takes a toll. That stuff takes a toll on you mentally, psychologically. Like it takes a lot of willpower to be able to do something like that. But like you said, he's in the best place. He's in a, he's got physical therapists around him. They're going to be able to help him build his strength back up too. Because that's another thing too,
Exactly.
is you lose a lot of your muscle strength when something like that happens and you have to relearn how to walk again. You lose a lot of that muscle strength. So it's not just relearning how to walk, it's rebuilding your muscle strength in your legs and in your trunk and your torso area to be able to do that.
Right.
So
And you also have to have muscle mass and build that back up. And build that back
absolutely.
up, that muscle mass to build that back up.
Oh my
Um
God.
oh jeez, with a cannonball. And that is it for Darby. One, two. No, Darby
Oh
Allen
my
kicks out at
God.
two. Mm.
That looked brutal. Darby just hanging upside down like that. My God.
Well, yes, he was caught in the tree of woe. He was
Oh,
caught in the tree of woe. And he just gave him the
oh my
cannon.
God.
Like me and Sarah always talk about here in Dynamite and all the other shows that we've done with AEW, Darby Allin takes some hellacious bumps. I don't know how he's standing. I don't know how this man is standing. All of those hellacious, all those hellacious.
Oh,
Oh, and he's biting him like a kernel of corn. You know they have butter or salt in that jammy. Oh,
oh,
oh, oh. One, two, no. Ron King
holy
kicks out
crap.
at two.
Wow.
Jeffrey said
Oh,
that
good
we can't hear
Lord.
the commentators. They lost their signal. Oh,
Oh, that's weird. I can hear the commentators.
I can hear them too.
Oh
Uh,
my
and
God.
Darby Allen and Brody King down in the middle of the. Don't forget, Sarah. This Saturday on Collision, Juice Robinson will take on Will Ospreay.
Oh, in Continental Classic?
Yes.
Oh, that should be an interesting match. Oh, you mean Juice
Yeah.
Robinson? Like animal?
Yeah.
Ah.
Do 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 do. Phenomenon.
Like I said,
Yeah.
he is so crazy. The way he talks, the way he acts, his crazy hair. He does.
Exactly.
He makes us think of Animal from the Muppets.
Oh, exactly.
I think
Darby Allen. Jeffrey said Darby Allen is a crash test dummy. Mm,
that is a very good analogy to describe Darby Allen. And then I heard too, he's planning on climbing Mount Everest next year. Like he couldn't last year
yes,
because of his injuries from the match at Revolution with Sting, but he's planning on doing it in 2025. Which more power to him. I just hope he doesn't kill himself.
exactly. And Darby Allen and Stephon Smith is your referee, and he was checking. And he's going to do another coffin drop. Oh no, he got caught.
Holy
One,
crap!
two, no. And Brody King now is choking
Wow.
out Darby Allen, and I think that's it. He's gonna pass out. No, and he switches it from the choke. Oh,
Uh,
one, two, three. Brody King is your winner. He
yep,
dumped
you're
Darby
right.
on his
That
end.
was You're right. That was that was Tamatonga at first. I was
Right.
mixing him up with Juice Robinson.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's what
yeah.
seriously makes you think of Animal from the Muppets. Crazy.
So
That's seriously
Darby
what he looks
Allen,
like.
Darby Allen gets a zero. and um, Brody King just gets a 3.
Uh-oh, how much you want to bet John Moxley and the rest of his ragtag? Yep, here we go. I
Here we
called it.
go.
I
Claudio
called it.
Castagnoli. Claudio, yes, you did, sir. Claudio Castagnoli is in the ring now. And Brody King says, don't you dare. Brody King says, I have a chain. Don't you dare. Claudio Castagnoli is staring a hole at Brody King.
Ooh.
Don't forget, next week on Dynamite is Brody
Good
King
on
taking
Brody
on Claudio
King.
Castagnoli.
Good on Brody King, man. Good on Brody King for standing there, kind of standing guard over Darby. That's the right thing to do. I wonder, lately, I don't know what you guys think, but it seems to me like I've been seeing more and more. It's like the 3 guys in House of Black, they've
Yes.
been having kind of babyface tendencies lately, where they've been
Yes.
shaking people's hands, and you know what I mean. What Buddy Matthews said about when he had his match with Adam Cole, and he was encouraging, egging him on to be
Right.
better, to be good, and I'm like,
Right.
are they making them babyface now? Like, that would be really interesting. So I thought, like I said, when Brody King was just kind of standing guard over Darby Allin, who's incapacitated, if he was a heel, he would have just kept walking. You would have been like, whatever.
Right.
But
then he came in the ring and he protected Darby Allin.
he kind of stood guard over him, just wrapped that chain around his head. He was like,
Don't
nope.
you try it. Don't you try it.
So that should be
Not
a
this.
good match for the Continental Classic next week. But,
Yes.
oh yeah, that's right. I was like, oh shoot, I hope John Moxley and them don't come down to interfere, but they can't in the match. So
They
that's a good
can't.
thing.
No.
That's a
Yes.
good thing.
So we're
Not
gonna
to
get
say
a
they can't do it
good.
after the match.
Right. But they can't do it during the match, which means it'll make my heart grow
Mm-hmm.
fonder, and we would get a clean finish, which is what I'm looking for in the match. Um. All
Absolutely.
right. So that was Dynamite. Well, that was Dynamite. Um, sir, before we get out of here, what did you make of tonight's show and your letter grade, please?
I thought it was okay. Um, they got to do better with the creative. That's the big thing. The creative, they've got to do better. Like, you guys, they got to step it up. They got to step it up. I mean, are there stories? There's some, but they are not really very good at all.
No.
I've said this on your show, Earl, with you when we do the watch along for Dynamite. I've said it on Queens of the Ring. Like, you have got to make us care about
Right.
the show. You've got to make us get invested in what's going on. And how do they do
Right.
that? Through storylines, through their stories. And that's one place that WWE is significantly leaps and bounds better. And I'm not just saying that because if I say that, a lot of people are like, oh, you just say that because of the bloodline. No, it's not because of the bloodline storyline. They have got so many different stories going on. Look at the thing with Kevin Owens and Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. Like, that's very interesting to me. Like,
Right.
very interesting. So they've got quite a few things going on over there where they are just leaps and bounds ahead of AEW. And Tony Khan, he needs to let go of the creative reins a bit. Like, he's not doing any of the wrestlers there any favors with his booking decisions. He's been making really bad booking decisions.
Right.
I mean, we see that every week when we watch Dynamite and Collision, and now it's bleeding into the pay-per-views, for goodness sakes. So I
Right.
was really hoping for a stronger show coming out of Full Gear on Sunday or Saturday, whenever it was. but didn't quite get there. It wasn't absolutely horrific, but I'd probably give this one like a C minus. It's just
Yeah,
they
I'm
need to
gonna
step it up with creative.
right. I'm gonna agree with that, Sarah. I'm gonna agree with your letter grade. A C it is. Yeah, they need to step it up with the creative control. They really do, because some of the storylines in here, I can't make heads or tails of it. I cannot make heads or tails of what is going on here. And if you were to put me in a room and ask me what is going on with an AEW story, I couldn't tell you. I can't tell you. I cannot tell you. Now, like Sarah said, and she said it brilliantly, WWE storylines have gotten way, 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 way better than what we've gotten in the past.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, way better in the past, because now you can follow it and you can understand, and everything that's interwoven into it, you can understand and follow it very easily. With AEW, you don't know what you're gonna get, because the thing is that you can't follow the storylines. You don't know who's a babyface. You don't know who's a heel. Then the next week, this one is a heel now. Now this one's a babyface. They don't let the audience eat and marinate what they're producing on television and pay per view. You can't do that to the audience, and that is why your attendance is suffering, because the audience is not going to sit there and gravitate to that. They don't want to be confused. They don't want to be confused, because I cannot sit there for 4 hours and 45 minutes in a pay per view and try to decipher what's going on here and then call a match. I can't do all of that. I can't do all of that. So if you don't, and if, like I said before, I said again, if Tony Khan doesn't care, then neither should we, because obviously he doesn't want to address it. He doesn't want to address it, and that's the issue. That's the issue. The storylines need to make sense. The storyline needs to make sense, and I've preached this over and over and over again. And like I said in the beginning of the stream, Sarah is my receipt. I've preached this up and down the highway about storylines that make sense. You have to have storylines that make sense, because if the storyline doesn't make sense, then how in the world am I going to follow it? How am I going to understand it if you don't understand it? It's just like when they had that thing with Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes, and they never explained it. They never explained it. It's just like here. It's just the same thing. It's the same thing. So yeah. So I can agree with Sarah's assessment, and I'm gonna give it a C too. I give it a C. I give it a C minus too. It is what it is, folks. It's just. Oy. Oh boy. At least the pay per view is coming to an end. The pay per view is coming to an end. And that's 5 weeks from now, on Saturday night, December the 28th. That's it. And like Jeffrey said in the chat, AEW needs an overhaul in the new year. And yes, that needs to happen. That needs to happen. You need to do better writing, better live event team, better storylines, and know what you're doing. And don't put random matches together that you think is good for the audience with no build, because the storyline needs a build. You can't do a storyline without a build. There's got to be some kind of build. Um, so that's gonna do it for us on Dynamite. And that's gonna do it here on the Thanksgiving Eve 2024. Sarah, again, I want to wish you and your lovely family a very happy Thanksgiving.
Sorry, I was trying to get my mute to come off. It was a little loud here, so and then it flipped back on again. So no, happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. I hope you have a great couple days off. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you on Saturday for Survivor Series.
Yes,
I'm
yes, you
excited
will.
for that.
So, yes, ladies, yeah, I'm gonna go aboard the Mayflower, and this pilgrim was gonna give you the feeling. We're gonna have fun Saturday night. Can't wait to do the Survivor Series on Saturday night. We're gonna have fun on Saturday night. We're gonna get crunk on a Saturday night. All of us here at the Hardcore Sports. Yes. So, with that being said, there's only one thing. Make sure that you make sure you all know that me and Sarah need to
Acknowledge me!
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Gobble gobble.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quite so thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, but there's logic, you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic. Go!
To last with the webs I'm weaving, I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
I've been doing this, I'm on it. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic. Keep them out your face, no way, you don't want them, yeah.
Don't try to drain my energy, the enemy is everything